Welcome back.
Well, it's recording, so you can start whatever. I'm gonna edit
Oh,
all this shit out.
I mean, you don't have to edit any of this out, but hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to Better When You're High.
I'm not.
I thought.
I am.
Oh. I'm not. I am.
I went edible style this time.
How many milligrams?
A couple.
No, I ate a couple.
It was a lot. It was probably more than. It was probably more than I should have for this particular thing.
Yeah.
Just for right now.
How you feeling?
I'm fine.
Fine.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm good.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay. Good.
I'm gonna drink this whole thing of water though, because my mouth is like the fucking
Sahara
at this
Desert.
point.
Fucking knew you were gonna say that.
But
That's your thing. Well,
yeah.
I have house wine.
Yeah, that's gross.
So I'm gonna like.
Wine in a can, and it was the
Okay, yeah. So.
I'd never even seen it before, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this." I'm like, "What the fuck is
So
that?"
yeah, wine in a can, but it's actually really good. And 2 cans equals 1 whole bottle.
Like alcohol content?
Yes. Says it right on the can.
How do they do that? That seems like a thing that would be illegal in Utah.
See, that's what I thought too.
Is that why they put it in this though, so nobody can attack them? Because they're like, "Hey, now you just don't like gay people."
Yeah.
So
So this is a rainbow like limited Pride Edition rosé. So I'm gonna like ASMR.
Oh, they normally have it in a different can.
Pop this open. Yeah, it's usually in a white can.
Like ASMR. What did you do to your chest? Why did your chest look all red?
Oh, because I was like wearing a shirt that was annoying.
It was scratchy.
Yeah. And so I'm like I'm all
All
red.
right, that's fair.
I'm gonna go live for a sec.
Don't do it.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna not do a description. I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna go live and just raw dog it for the hopes and dreams right now.
Exactly.
Wait, what were we gonna talk about?
Pour? Oh yeah.
That picks up so clear though. Like
No.
it's so clear.
Listen to that. Ooh.
That's weird.
It's a rosé with bubbles, so.
Isn't that the shit that the ASMR thing is like a thing? It's not like a sexual thing.
I think it depends.
You think? Well, I guess people can make anything sexual.
You can literally make anything sexual.
But normally speaking, that's not what it's for. Wait, what is it for?
I think it's just for like calming and like it's just like satisfying to listen to.
Okay. Hey, you
I don't know if you're into ASMR. I guess it's satisfying, but you have to like. It's one of those like you like it or you don't.
Eat, though?
Well, you can like. You can eat or you can just like make weird like noises with your fingers and like whisper.
That's so weird.
It's way weird. It's very weird. There was one where there's like cats and dogs like eating or drinking. It's like puppy ASMR. They're just like making weird ass noises.
My dogs are getting wild right now.
Oh no, Bentley and Molly. So we haven't done this in a really long time.
We haven't done it in so long we had to change the name.
Yeah, we hadn't done it in so long we had to rebrand.
That's not really the reason. There's a reason that I wanted to rebrand it.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't even like the original name, even though I came up
Even though you created it.
Right. But, like, it didn't make any sense. I mean, it made sense to me.
It made sense to people who knew what LMDB, like, meant and what it was. It was kind of like a personal joke thing that just, like, took off.
Yeah, it got too serious.
But then we also lost a member.
Yeah, Stanley moved.
Stanley.
Stanley moved. He went to
Stan moved.
California to be a hippie.
Yeah.
Fremont, originally. Now, I think he's, like, moving right now-ish.
He's moving again.
Yeah, well, he's moving to San Diego.
Not back here.
No, he'll probably never come back here, which is what smart people do. But, yeah, so, and the idea with this 600 was too many.
Yeah. Look at you.
So.
Okay, well, it's called Better When You're High.
Yeah.
So, I get wine drunk and you get blitzed.
Yep. Yep. That's what's going to be. And then, so, this time is just you and I.
Yeah.
And then
We'll have guests.
the idea theoretically, is to have sober guests.
Yeah. They don't get to partake.
No. Well, I mean, like, nobody has any hard
Is that even
rules.
going to be fun for them?
Well, I think the idea, like, if they know ahead of time
Yeah.
that they're the sober ones,
They'll
in
come
the
prepared.
conversation, it might be a little bit.
It might be
It might
different.
be funnier.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, I've talked to a couple of, like, musical.
Jesus.
Hey, you guys chill out.
Your dog's new to
I've talked to a couple, like, musical people.
musical
It's really
people.
just hip hop artists. I don't know what
You
else.
talked to
call
some
them.
artists.
Yeah, artists. That sounds weird though. And if they came on,
That would be great.
most of them probably won't do that. I mean, won't be sober.
Right.
Which is
So theoretically, they'll be sober, but probably.
no. I don't care if they're. It's not like it's a hard rule. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
If there was like two hosts that were like fucked up, and then like,
It reminds me.
guest.
It reminds me of like Drunk History, where
Yeah, that
they
shit was cool as shit.
just chug a bunch of alcohol and then retell these historical stories, and it was so funny.
Yeah, that
it's like
show
one of my
is
favorite
awesome. Is
shows.
that show still on?
I don't know, but you can find it. But I think
It's
they're
on like
just
YouTube.
they're
and
just
shit, but it
old
used to be on-
episodes.
Was it on Comedy Central?
I think so.
Dogs. Hey.
Bentley,
Hey.
calm down.
It's too much right
Yeah,
now.
way too much.
Bentley's like, I'm a dog, shut up. So yeah, that's the name and whatever.
We're back. You missed us.
We're theoretically going to do this every week unless Megan sucks. We were supposed to start it last week.
You called me out.
But somebody was too busy getting facials. That's true, though, technically.
Okay, yeah, my cousin, I went to get like an actual real life facial and I didn't realize that I would look like a Satan raccoon afterwards.
She didn't realize that Bukkake was so intense.
That my
Vigorous
whole face would
bukkake.
turn red except for like just around my eyes, and I was like, "Oh Lord,
Yeah, 'cause
I
you can't put
can't."
makeup or shit on
Yeah,
either.
and then she was like, "Oh, like you can put like a little bit of different makeup on, like stuff I don't have," and I'm like, "Yeah,
but
like,
it's like-
my face hurts also. Like I just rather not do that."
Fuck this up anywhere.
Yeah, right. I was like, I also don't want to just come back because I like need to again because I fucked it up.
Well, hopefully. Sorry, I was making sure that's actually recording.
I mean, it looks like it's recording,
It is.
so
Well, how would it?
We're good.
It doesn't look like it's recording. You can't even see that it's recording now that the button's pushed.
I see the thing moving because we're talking, but
That just means stuff's plugged in. So, anyway,
Sean's the electrician here. I don't know what any
I
of this
actually
is.
also don't know much about it. I like YouTubed some shit.
How to make a podcast.
I legitimately, I think, saw one of those from Gary Vee, and I clicked it, and I was like,
Shut up. Was that your inspiration?
well, it was after we had already started, but I was like, this is exactly what I did. Like, this
Oh
is
my
pretty
God.
on point.
This is pretty on point.
So yeah, you just spend a bunch of money on dumbass shit, and then
A lot of
plug
money.
plug it all in, and then figure out how it all works.
Sync it together,
Yeah,
put it all together.
twerk it.
I remember in the beginning of the old one, it took a long time to figure out.
Yeah, well, and we were trying to do live stuff,
Yeah, true.
and that makes it a little bit more complicated. But actually, the live stuff.
Oh, he's
through
making an
this
appearance.
particular. Oh yeah, he's on there. Through this particular software is actually a little bit easier. So
Well, that's good. I know a lot of people are into podcasts and trying to do it now.
I know I
so-
had a couple different people like, "Hey, can we watch it live?" And I'm just like, "No, not for now." I mean, not for right now.
No.
Why did I did way 600 is
Oh, now you're going to say the number.
way more than was necessary.
Well, 2 of these cans equals a whole bottle.
Yeah, but that means you're only gonna drink half a bottle, you pussy. I don't know. I don't drink. I don't say anything.
Sorry, I'm not.
I gotta drive you home too.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
What? So I posted today
Yeah.
and got like some like random topics. I already had a couple that I wanted to talk about,
Same.
but oh yeah, because yours was from the weekend.
Yeah.
Yours was like a real life.
A real life experience of this
Mine was
weekend.
sort
was so
of
crazy.
real life, but over an extended period of time. Like it's happened to me a bunch.
Oh.
It's whatever. Wait, do you just want to tell it like about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So,
this was the slut shaming.
yeah, sort of. So it ties into it, but I want to also hear what you think. So, there is this guy who I guess was super popular, and I had never known about him. His name's Kirill, and
It sounds Russian.
no,
Ukrainian.
no,
It's the same thing.
Kill.
Yeah, I think that's like a Russian name.
I'm not sure. I don't know where he's from.
Come on,
I didn't
chill out
ask.
with your tail.
Well, so I guess he gets paid to come to clubs and pour champagne just all over girls.
Oh wait, okay. You started telling me this story,
Yeah.
but you actually never got.
I
to
didn't
this
actually
part.
finish it. Yeah.
But that's what he gets paid to.
He gets paid. He gets paid to come and just like shower these girls in bottles of champagne. And like a couple of videos, I'll see him like bring out the milk and he's like pouring milk and cream all over these girls. And I didn't think it was like real. And I was like, how is this guy gonna do this? How is he gonna come and like get girls to take their titties out and
Well, that's not hard.
like let him spray them with
Not in
champagne?
that, I don't think in that setting that's not hard.
Right. Like I know you're good at getting nudes or whatever,
Oh,
but
okay, that's not true.
well,
It's very hard for me to get
yeah.
a nude here.
And then in Utah, how you can't like show titties really. You know, we were all concerned like, what, like, is this illegal? Like, what are we gonna do? So I guess he just had like pasties to cover it or whatever. And
Oh, because it's like a paid thing.
yeah,
You can't
you
show
can't.
titties,
Yeah, you can't have nudity.
especially with alcohol.
Right. Yeah, that's like
Okay,
a thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
I was like, I've seen a lot of titties.
yeah.
To say
So
that you
he
can't show
had
titty.
he had stickers and everything for everyone, and he would just come, and it was like so easy for him. Like I met him, and then I was like helping him out, and I was gonna like hand him his champagne bottles
And
or
he was
whatever.
already pouring shit on you.
No, not on me, but like I was helping him, and it's just like these girls were just like throwing themselves at him, and they were
But
like
did these
so
girls
stoked
already
and so
know?
ready.
Like, does he have, like, a big following
so
on
he
the
has a
internet or something?
huge following. Like everyone just kind of like knew who he was already. But like back from like 2012 when he was popular, and he's been banned from Twitter, which is like really hard to do,
Why did he get banned from Twitter?
just for like his like crazy like nudity and stuff, just like partying too hard.
On
Twitter,
though? No,
that's what-
there
yeah.
has to be more to that story.
That's
because, like,
that's what I thought too, and I
I've
was
seen
like,
some
no,
pretty aggressive shit on Twitter.
yeah, like Twitter's pretty raw. You can literally post like whatever you want on Twitter.
Literally whatever you
Literally whatever you want. Like there's no censorship or anything. But he was just like so calm and collected, and like the first round of girls at his table, he was like, yeah, how about you like get on her shoulders? And the girl was like, okay, and just like whipped her top off, and he like put stickers on, and then just like showered them in champagne. Like it was so easy for him, and it blew my
want. Is that the
mind.
one that I saw?
I don't know. There
I
was
think that girl was on shoulders.
there was a ton. There was a lot of girls on shoulders.
Oh no,
so
the
that
one
was like a
some-
thing.
No, the girl that was on shoulders was somebody that we know. It was on the
Yeah,
shoulders.
yeah, it was somebody
Okay,
we know.
that's
Like I
somebody
brought
that-
them in. I was like,
right,
hey,
right.
come here.
Come do this. With
Yeah. So I was kind of like his, I don't know, like a wingman. I was like pulling people, but like I didn't even need to, because he was just so like confident, and these girls were just like going. But leading up to this, there was a lot of like hate on social media, and a lot of people were like slut shaming, and it was like,
shaming the girls.
yeah, slut shaming the girls. They're like, oh, like watch these videos, you'll see people you know showing their true colors, and I'm like,
What is their true color? Showing their titties? Like, that
yeah,
makes them a bad
yeah, I guess
person?
that makes him a bad person. But I
They're
just
so
like,
dumb.
and like a lot of these people that were saying that, like I knew, and I was like, yo, if girls want to get drenched in champagne and show their titties, like let them, like it's fun and it's
Okay,
empowering.
But the only people that get mad about anyone showing their titties are the people who don't get to see titties on their own.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Because nobody's
Yeah.
complaining about titties in general.
No one is. Like everyone was having a good time. Girls were having a good time. Guys and like girls' boyfriends that were there were also having a good time. Like he was very respectful of like bringing like the boyfriends in and like making them comfortable
Yeah,
and
I'm
making
sure
them like
if it's a thing
aware.
that, like that's what he does. He probably
Yeah.
has like a whole thing.
It's
that
like
he
a
does, but it's
whole
pretty
art.
simple.
He's like an artist as himself, but like it was so crazy to see all the hate online and then to see all the love.
yeah,
on the
because-
other
yeah, but
side
it's
of it.
easy to get- it's easy to hate online.
Yeah,
Right?
it
Like,
is very
nobody
easy
ever
to hate
says
online.
shit. Nobody ever says shit in person. Ever,
Yeah,
about anything.
no.
We've talked about this
We have talked about this
on the
multiple
other
times.
show
Yeah,
because like people hate on me all the time, but nobody's ever said a word to me in person.
Nothing
ever,
in
ever,
person,
ever
yeah.
once. So like, it's easy. Like it's easy to talk shit on the internet. And it's also easy to be like, pretend that you're. better
pretend that
than
you're
people,
against something
or
and
pretend
that you're like
better than somebody because they're showing their tits
right.
on the internet.
Yeah,
What is wrong with these dogs?
you know.
Molly, chill the fuck out.
But yeah, it was so interesting just to see like the exact flip and like people that I knew talking shit and then people there
Yeah.
like having a great time. I'm like, you know what? Just like don't hate because people are having a good time.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Bentley, fuck off, bro.
Whoa. Big wolf. It's a big wolf.
Yeah, that's. I don't. This is. We actually. I had a discussion with somebody like 2 weeks ago. You remember when they were making a big deal about like putting a ban on yoga pants?
A ban on yoga
Yeah,
pants?
so they were talking about it. I don't remember if it was like in a specific workplace or like a city was trying to do it. There was something like kind of wild like that though. Like it would affect like a large group of people.
Like every single girl. I don't know a single girl that doesn't wear yoga
and then
pants.
they started like interviewing the people who were like proposing this bill.
Yeah.
And it was really just a bunch of bitches that shouldn't be wearing yoga pants. Like that's all it was. There was no dudes. First of all, 0 dudes.
Of course,
like,
no guy would ever be like,
no
yeah,
shit.
let's like.
But it was like a bunch of girls that like probably shouldn't wear yoga pants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like that's the people that were against it.
Right.
Which it like that follow. It's the exact same thing with this. Like the people
That's
that are
super annoying.
pretending that they don't want to see titties. Are the
They're
ones
like all
that
high and mighty,
don't
like.
to see titties.
Yeah. Well, then if you don't want to see yoga pants, don't wear yoga pants.
No, they didn't want to see
Other
It was like
girls
they
in
didn't want
yoga
to see like
pants.
girls that should be wearing them because their
Yeah.
husbands were staring at those girls' asses. Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
dumb.
that's real.
That is so stupid.
I like low key leads into like the plus size model things.
Yeah.
I had this like 2-hour long discussion about I don't like plus size models.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because I'm extra plus size.
Because I'm extra. Well, here's the thing. Like, everyone likes what they like, and everyone has, like, not like a fetish, but they have, like, a thing that they
But
like.
I'm not even saying it like that.
You just, like, don't like
I
it.
can't respect a plus size model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Everything that you do in life is give and take. Okay?
Right.
Like you provide something and somebody provides something back to you.
Uh-huh.
What a traditional model does, and when I say model, like we all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Like in the runway,
skinny,
like
hot,
French, like,
yeah, like
has all
fucking-
this crazy, like, stuff all over her.
Yeah, maybe not so much that, just hot body mostly
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about.
Well, but your body type that you like is very, like, tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not even what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those people make an effort to be a specific way, and in return, they get paid for being a specific way.
Right.
Right? Whether it be through money, attention, whatever. You know, you have an actor, he has to learn something
Right.
and do it really well, and then he gets paid for that.
Actors also, like, put on a bunch of weight or lose a bunch of weight for
Yeah.
their part.
Right, which means it's doable.
Right. Right.
But a plus size model doesn't do anything.
But
They just be plus size and they demand attention and they demand the equality.
But that's what they want to do.
Sure.
So that's okay.
And if there's people that are into that, that's fine. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that like those people aren't working towards anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put in no effort, but they want all the reward.
They're like, I know,
And
but
I
like
just don't
it's
think that's-
hard. It's hard
I'm
to
not-
model. So even if
I'm-
you're like plus size and modeling, like you're still working
Not
it and
saying-
doing it.
Sure. I would guess it's much harder for somebody who has to work out constantly and stay in shape than it is for a plus size model.
True. Yeah. But that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
They want to work out and they
Sure.
want to like do that. But
Sure.
do you want to work out?
All right,
I
now,
should ask you that right now.
all right, now for sure.
Yeah.
No, but I remember having like a discussion about it, and it was with a girl who thought that, which is hilarious because she's not plus size, so it's funny to hear her like low key defending it, like you're kind of low key defending it right now. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just don't understand the reward. I mean, like, look, if you need to like advertise your clothes and you make clothes for plus size humans, I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, don't expect to be getting paid like some of these Victoria's Secret models. Or
Right, right.
I like Nike's new campaign where they're using like the plus size mannequins. Have
So
you seen that?
there was actually a thing too where Victoria's Secret said that there was like a plus size model, but she like wasn't, and everyone was like freaking out, and they're like,
Okay,
"That
she
is
wasn't plus size enough. Probably.
Yeah, because she wasn't like plus size enough, so
She
everyone
wasn't
was like,
standard American
yeah,
size.
everyone was like freaking out that she like wasn't big enough to be considered plus size. So like again, it's very like to the person's like eye, to the person's like want, you
Yeah,
know?
no, I mean like I guess there's all different pluses, right? There's multiple X's in those L's, right? So like it's whatever. I'm just saying like Nike had this campaign for, I
With
don't even know
their-
if they're still doing it at the Nike store, but they had like plus
I
size
saw
mannequins.
that blew up actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like a big thing. And like, there's the little part of me that's like, okay, well, they're like in workout clothes, so like I get it.
Yeah.
But then I'm also, despite being fat, I'm still like the dude that's like, maybe like some of those people shouldn't be wearing those particular workout clothes.
Right.
Or I guess if you're working out, like whatever. But let's be honest, most of those girls are not buying those to work out in.
Yeah. I buy workout clothes and I don't work out.
No, that's what I'm saying. And I think that, well, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So it's like catering to that. And I'm not saying like if you're big and you want to wear tight clothes, I'm not telling you how to dress.
Like
ever.
not to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
like you can fucking wear whatever the fuck you want, or don't wear whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
Or pull your titties out and drop champagne on them.
Or that.
Or that.
Unless they're bad titties. Sometimes bad titties.
Yeah. True.
Man,
I
some,
keep hitting this.
I got some bad titties on Xbox the other day. Xbox Live.
You saw titties on Xbox Live?
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I try to, if a girl gets in my lobby, I try to pull nudes on Xbox Live.
You're very good at doing that, actually.
Getting nudes is pretty, I'm not bad.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like compared you to Kirill. I was like, you're really good at getting nudes. He's really good at like pouring champagne over
I should learn
girls.
to pour champagne on bitches.
Yeah, I should learn to pour
Or whatever, yeah.
It's an art. You gotta like,
I just, can you
aim
imagine,
and-
can you imagine, like, that's what you tell people, though? Like, somebody's like, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
But it's like somebody that you have to give a real answer to. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, so I pour champagne on girls' titties. Like, because
for
there's
my job.
no way that you could say that. That's not ridiculous.
I mean,
There's
he
no
does.
way.
He's like, in like his post, he's like, I left my 9 to 5 for this and like all this shit. And he has like a super cute girlfriend. And
I wonder how he got, like, I legitimately want to know how he, like, started.
yeah. Like, did you just buy a bunch of bottles of champagne?
Was he, like, notorious for pouring champagne on titties at, like,
And then
parties?
he just like made it a thing.
And how did he get paid for it? Like, I don't know. Being able to monetize something that ridiculous
know.
is the problem with America.
I love
and the
it.
best
I
problem with
love it.
America
It's
at
the
same
best
time.
problem of America. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do all this. Hi,
Molly.
Molly. Oh.
She just needs attention.
Yeah, she wants some champagne. Just kidding.
She's like, poured on my titties.
Okay, I'm actually going to stop my Facebook Live now.
Oh, I forgot
But-
you're even doing that.
I know. I will upload this episode and you guys can come find it. So,
Don't do it. It's a trap. Just kidding. You
I
can
mean,
totally do
this is episode number 1, but it would have been like
it. 30-something.
30 something.
36? 5?
Maybe.
36.
But yeah, I will put the actual episode link in the comments. So I will see you guys later.
You know what's funny is I was sitting here looking through my notes. And I guess this sort of applies. I don't know if it really... Somebody had the... I want to say it was my buddy Sean. He... it's not me. It's not like myself.
Oh, someone sad reacted.
He was talking about girls that were ugly in high school but then like got hot.
Oh, yeah.
Which like,
That happens a lot.
We know. We both follow somebody now on Instagram that I told like...
Yeah.
used to be hella ugly.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
like... Did I ever show you did I ever find that her ugly picture?
I
and
think.
show you?
Show me like a kid one.
Yeah, there's one from her in like high school,
Mm.
and she's like hard to look at ugly though. Like she's ugly. She's like
Yeah.
if you cast somebody
That's
in
like
a role
ugly
for an ugly
like
girl, it's
duckling
her.
syndrome. Like you grow
Yeah,
and you
but
grow
then she
up.
got out of school and she's hella fine now. She has like I think between her 2 accounts. she
That's
has,
like the ultimate revenge.
750,000
That's like,
followers
oh,
on
if I
Instagram.
was ugly and now I'm like super hot, like that's
I know, but the cool part about her is like she stayed because she was hella ugly and got picked on for being ugly all the time. She's super humble.
yeah, and
She's
she
not,
stayed
like-
like nice.
Yeah, she's not like
Yeah.
a snob or anything, and she's
She's
like
not-
super uplifting.
she's
to
not a
people who
mean
get, like,
hot
down
girl.
at themselves.
Yeah,
like, being-
she's super positive.
yeah,
Well, that's great.
yeah. It's just funny because I like I got added to this group on Facebook about high school reunions,
Oh no.
and like most people, you know, like I didn't go to school here, but like I want nothing to do with my high school, right?
Yeah,
like
no.
I just have no interest in the people,
Yeah.
and not that no,
High
like,
school reunions are so weird to me. Like, why are you like going back and seeing these people that you like barely?
Well, for me, it's always been like those are all people that are like, for that day, are gonna make their lives seem really interesting.
Yes,
And it's,
exactly,
they're
and
all
that's
just
it.
Bullshitting each
Yeah,
other.
yeah. They're
And
like,
then-
oh, I'm so cool now because I was like maybe semi cool in high school.
Yeah. No. So here's the thing, that group was funny because I think, I don't even remember how big my graduating class is, but it was a pretty big high school. Mm-hmm. And there was only like 300 something people in the group. And I was like looking at some of the girls that used to be like the hot girls in school, and none of like
No.
no.
It's
very
such
few.
a weird
But then-
flip. Like if you're hot when you're young, you're like not when you're
Yeah.
older.
It's like it's weird that the peak like moves though.
Like yeah, but if you hit your prime, then like you're over your prime.
In high school?
In
well,
high
most
school,
girls
like-
stock goes down after 22 though.
You also like everything.
You're like real sad. You're
Everything,
like, wait.
everything you're saying is so like.
No, but it's true though.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, mathematically.
I know
I'm
a
not
lot
saying
of
it like talking
I know
shit.
a lot of guys that will only like go for a date like under 25.
Right, which is ridiculous.
Like once you hit 24, they're like, see ya. Nope. Yeah, I
No,
know.
I don't do
You're a part of that group.
No, because like some of them are older. Sometimes, not ever close to my age though.
Yeah, no.
Not even close.
Not ever.
'Cause I'm old as fuck.
Except.
Wait, who? I don't think there's anybody.
I think there is.
No.
Yeah.
Mm. What color's her hair?
I don't know what color her hair is.
Wait, who are we talking about?
I don't know. You mentioned someone, but
Did I?
like an older lady,
That's close to.
like a mom.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But that's mostly just for like, that's not like your active group of
Checking off a list though. Like that's not. I sound so shitty. I don't
sex
wanna do this
lists.
right now.
We got
sound like an
sex
asshole.
lists. It's a very
I
assholey podcast
I think I just made fun of fat girls inadvertently, which I was not trying to do at all.
on Facebook Live with me.
And-
Someone sad reacted it, and they need to understand that like people just like what they like.
well, yeah. So that was actually a thing that I didn't write down on here. I think it was like outrage culture. Oh no, I did. I wrote it. Right
Yeah,
there.
outrage. That's in bold, very
Yeah, I wrote
bold.
it the same time. That's so
Actually,
funny.
I was talking about this with someone else earlier about how people pick and choose what they're extremely offended about, and they like
Yeah, but
dive off the deep end
No,
with
I just
it.
don't understand. Like, well, you know me. Like, I don't get offended, right?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah,
But like, I see these people, and I'm like, I'm not even really sure what you're mad about right now.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like this. This is a perfect example. This happened today, actually. This dude on a car page on Facebook or whatever. He posted there was some guy. He's like removing scratches from his car in a way that's not traditional.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think he was using toothpaste,
Okay,
which works because
Yeah.
toothpaste is a polishing compound.
right.
And it worked. It did the thing that he was trying to get done.
Yeah.
And the guy posted in the group, and he's like, "This guy's a fucking idiot." And it's like, first of all,
Why are you upset?
I was like, "How could you even care?" I
Yeah.
was like, "It's not your car.
No.
It's not you doing it.
No.
You watched.
You
the
didn't
video-
pay him to do
You
that.
watched a video that you didn't even have to fucking watch. You just
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
And then you were so upset about it that you went and posted
you
it
commented.
in a car-specific group.
Yeah.
And like called the guy an idiot. And the best part was this dude wrote like a child. And you know how that's like a
Oh
thing
my
for
god,
me, like, I don't
you
like that.
dive so deep with those.
I just don't like when people write. Look, you can't call somebody an idiot and write at a third grade level.
Yes.
You can't.
No.
Like, you have to know your place.
If you're going to be angry about something online and be posting like actual arguments,
Yeah.
you can't write shitty.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
You have
First
to-
of all, because nobody takes you serious.
No.
Because being literate and
Yeah.
being articulate is like the most powerful thing that could ever happen
Yes.
to a human.
You'll destroy people.
Anyway, so I, of course, my initial response was like, so you're mad at him for doing something that people have used since toothpaste came out? Like, what? I don't understand what you're mad about.
Yeah.
And then we went back and forth, and then he started calling me names, and I'm just like,
Yes.
I was like,
Did they
bro,
call you
like,
fat?
No.
Oh.
No, he didn't call me fat. He called
That's the
me.
best.
He called me, I don't know, a bunch of like kind of random names. But he was like really bad at writing, so I just kept making
Right.
fun of what he was saying and like throwing it back in his face a little
Yeah.
bit. But it was one
Screenshotting
of
it and
those
sending
things
it back.
like, you know, Dave Chappelle's special came out, and he said a bunch of, I guess, what is now questionable stuff, right? He talked about, I think, transgender people in, not even in a negative way. He was just, the jokes that he made had transgender people in them. I think he talked about like retarded people or whatever. I think he used that word, so I guess be mad at me for using it to explain it. I don't know, whatever. And he said a couple things that I guess like now you're not supposed to say
like it's not what is that word?
Politically correct.
Yeah, it's
Socially
not
acceptable.
PC.
Yeah, except it fucking needs to be. So
Yeah.
here's the thing: we can't get mad about everything.
Yeah.
We can't because like
There's so
that's
much like rage.
well, it's like a never-ending thing. So
yeah.
like,
It's
who
a
decides
huge
like
circle.
like what's the end game
Yep.
at some point? And so they had on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I love Rotten Tomatoes.
Right, except they had like they closed the reviews on his
Oh.
thing because they were giving it was a bunch of people giving negative reviews.
Because people were just like
but
attacking him.
but these were all like people that were paid to do the reviews. These are all like the reviewers. And I think his Rotten Tomatoes thing was like a 2% or 11% or something. I mean, like something just
Jesus.
outrageous for a
Oh
Dave
my
Chappelle show,
God.
right? Like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Then they opened it up to the public, and it was like
Did it just
90-something%
explode?
or something.
Oh, okay,
yeah, it was
okay.
fucking amazing because
Okay.
people understand now. Like you have, like first of all, we shouldn't limit what people say. Period. I'm like a firm believer in freedom of speech.
You
There's
can say
no such
whatever you
thing-
want to say.
I don't even think there's such thing as hate speech at this point,
Yeah.
right? Because like, it's a never-ending circle. If you say something to me and I'm offended,
Yeah.
the next person hears it and they're offended, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And then like, how far does that offense keep going?
Right,
And then like,
right.
how many sections do you have to divide it out in?
I have a good example of like a short offense which never happens. So one of my friends posted a photo on Facebook about how like super like environmental about how we're like destroying the world and that like the world is gonna be fine. You know, like it's gonna go back. Yeah, I know this leads into this other topic. But like how the world is just gonna be fine and it's just gonna recreate after us and that like even though we are destroying it, we're just killing ourselves basically. Because the
Yeah.
world will live on.
I mean,
but
in
then
theory.
some girl comments on it and was like, your big ass forehead is going to outlive all of us.
Was it a big forehead though?
Yeah, it's like
It
she has
was
a big
legitimately-
forehead. She has a big forehead. But like
She dreams in IMAX.
she like understood that, you know. She's like, I know that I have a big forehead, like whatever. And she posted this thing that was like, I'm sorry that your life sucks. That you have to like say that to me. And that was it. And that's all she said. She didn't like attack this girl like you would usually see.
Yeah.
You know, she was just like, hey, cool, like awesome. But did you read my
Right.
post about the earth?
Yeah,
Like
we should really be focusing.
we
on
should
the
really
fact
be
that we're
focusing on the
ruining
earth,
planet
not my
right now.
forehead.
That's what that actually happened today in a Subaru group. Like, California is doing some wild shit, or the government.
Oh my
I don't
gosh, I
know.
saw that.
Something's doing.
They're
some wild shit.
repealing like their emissions law or something.
They're making it so that they just have to follow federal standards because California has really strict standards on emissions. And,
that's right, that's right.
But I'm like, and there's all these people in there, like, you know, it's all Subaru fucking nerds, so they're all like, oh, I want to do this to my car and I can't, or whatever.
They're like, oh, good, I'll take my cat out.
And it's just like, look, you assholes, like, there is no negative to doing good things for the environment.
Yeah.
Right? There's none.
None. Zero.
And if you think that like pulling your catalytic converter out so you can make 12 more horsepower in your shitty car that's going to break down is a big deal, then I guess cool.
Soft spot. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, you have a catalytic converter probably.
I do. It's still
So-
broken down though.
Which yours is zero emissions technically, right?
Yeah,
now,
right.
so you
But
got
it's
that
just
going.
like, fuck, you guys take care of the earth.
Well, I
And
just
don't
don't
get mad
understand-
at people.
Well, there's people that are like, oh, like electric cars leave like a bigger carbon footprint than a certain car for 10
Oh, because
years
like
or
the
whatever.
lithium battery is
Well, it's
like takes
it's
forever to
okay,
make or whatever.
But, like
have
electric
to
cars
mine
are
it.
new. Like the technology is getting better and better and better. Like we haven't done shit for gas vehicles in I don't even know how long.
They've been exactly the
They've gotten
same.
more efficient for
Yeah.
sure. But then there's certain vehicles that you pay like a fuel tax on
Yeah.
because they're so inefficient, but they make a ton of horsepower. So people
Yeah.
will pay that money for it.
True.
So I can't even imagine a situation where you're mad about trying to do good for the environment. Like that's one of those things that like when you step back and you're like, okay, but you're not really mad, right? Because who gets mad about that?
So a couple girls that I work with are vegan, and
Gross.
they were
Just kidding.
they were talking about how whenever they like post something that's vegan or whatever, that they see these posts about like, oh well, let's just eat 3 times as much meat to counteract what the
Yeah.
vegans are doing,
I
and
see
they're
those
like,
posts all the time when I
cool,
comment
if you
on
don't care about your heart and about your like health, then go ahead, eat 3 times as much
No,
meat.
that's totally the wrong approach. I see posts like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's like a vegan, like somebody made some vegan
Like an
comment.
anti-vegan thing.
Yeah, it's like anti-vegan
Yeah.
meme or whatever. And I always just post, imagine your life being so shitty that you care what other people eat.
Yes, yes.
like-
Again, with the stop caring what people
Yeah,
like
it's like,
think.
fuck.
Stop getting offended about
If
things.
you would
It's
just
like,
focus on your own shitty
Yeah.
life a little bit, maybe you wouldn't be so worried about other people.
right? And it's like,
so wild.
okay, like they're posting something because like they posted like a vegan casserole or something. And this person's like, I'm going to eat 3 times as much. Like, no, they didn't
First
even.
of all, you're not
they didn't
going
even.
to, though.
No, you're not. But like, they didn't even post something like hating on people that eat
Yeah, it's
meat.
not like they were trying to convert you.
No,
They
they were.
literally posted probably a delicious dish.
Yeah, it's probably so
And
good.
then you're hella mad about it for no reason.
Oh, it's vegan. I see vegan in the title. Like, I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, my friend, whatever, has me eat vegan food every once in a while, and it's
Yeah.
always been. I mean, some of it's a little rough, but
Yeah,
like,
you gotta get.
but hey,
get
I
used
don't
to
like
it.
a lot of food that
Yeah.
not vegan, so that has nothing to do with it.
But
It's
then
just-
there's also the scary vegans that come and protest out City Creek.
yeah, but there's shitty people everywhere.
Yeah,
Like, I
true.
don't-
On all sides, there's shitty
Yeah,
people.
the number of people who protest about being vegan is minuscule. First of all, and they're all frightened.
There's like 10 of them outside my work every weekend
And
with
y-
scary videos of like pigs getting slaughtered.
Yeah,
And
no, it's
they're
shitty.
wearing masks, and it's way
definitely-
scary. It's way
Like
scary.
seeing those documentaries about like factory farming,
Yeah.
low key makes me not eat meat for a couple days at a time.
Oh yeah, same.
But like it's a couple days. So
I mean, I've been trying, but then you got this like
dude, you had that delicious barbecue today.
you bought this
Benji's,
brisket, and I was
sup
like,
with it.
oh fuck.
Yeah, it's so good. That's so good. Benji's Barbecue Shack, you guys.
Oh, that macaroni was good.
Yeah, the macaroni and cheese is good. It's probably not vegan either because it got cheese, but
This
no
is why
meat.
we need a guest because we are just gonna get so off topic.
no, we don't even have topics. We just made this up for right now, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh yeah, this is
We
pretty-
can talk about my post-nut syndrome one because that was the one.
Oh my
What's funny is I
God.
wrote that first, and then I wrote the rest of the list around it.
That's
which is so
hilarious.
weird.
So this is number 1. So I was, I was talking to
Oh yeah, you said
another.
that you like looked this up, or you were like,
Yeah, I was like, I read a bunch of shit about it. Like I
Yeah.
went deep on
did you not know
Reddit.
what it was?
No, like I did, but
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to just like,
You wanted to like know some shit about
yeah.
it.
I was like, oh, is this like a thing? Like, does everyone feel this way?
Every
because
guy,
okay, but like,
but not every situation.
but I don't know if it's every guy
No,
either
I think
because
every
I
guy.
felt like that a lot too. That's why.
Oh, I see what
That's
you're
why like I had that rule that I would never like sleep over. I would just leave.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, it's a very good
It's
rule.
a safe rule too.
It's a very safe. Yeah, it's like cool. Thanks. Bye. See ya.
No.
I'll see you never.
I won't talk to you again. Bye.
What's the same as like people when they like watch a porn or something and then they get off and they're like,
And
oh,
then they're like grossed out by
oh
what
god, they
watch.
like throw their
Okay, but
phone.
That's the same thing though. Like,
Yeah,
well, I guess we should probably explain.
yeah. Let's
So
explain.
post-nut syndrome is like
Post nut syndrome.
I think it's clearly mostly for dudes. I would say probably more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
That
when
swallows
you're
really loud.
when you're
Sorry.
a dude. I don't know the right way to explain this.
You're
Like
too high.
when you're a dude, no, I'm trying to think of the right way to word it to not be like sound like an asshole, but it's
Just
gonna,
say
it's
it.
gonna happen.
So when you're a guy and you're banging a girl and you're all into it and then you come
And then you're not as into it.
and then
But
you're
here's
like,
the thing.
oh,
But
what
you
have I
might be.
done?
No, but you might be into it. So here's what it's like. So like, it's like somebody. It's like your dick when your dick's in control.
Yeah, your brain isn't working.
Yeah, your brain kind of shuts off. It gets,
all of your hormones
gets a
are
little
taking over
hazy.
your body.
and you're like, you think that you're into a girl, and you might be into the girl. That's the one thing that has to be made really clear. Post-nut syndrome's not every time,
Right.
right? So like,
Right.
and everything that you're telling yourself, you believe. So that means that everything that you're telling her technically is also not a lie, right? Because like, you might be really telling her that you're into her or that you think she's hot or whatever the case might be. But when your dick's doing the steering, like your dick kind of lies a little bit to your brain, and then you end up maybe fucking somebody that you didn't want to be fucking, right?
It's like when you
So-
get drunk. and you just,
Yeah,
like,
I think
bang
when
a
you're
girl.
drunk though, but that's different, right? Because like when
Yeah.
you're drunk, you're just making bad decisions.
True.
Because
true.
I've made bad decisions and I don't even drink, right? So like,
Yeah?
I've let my dick lead me astray. Okay, not very,
let my
not
dick
very
lead
often,
me
honestly, because I'm
astray.
pretty picky. You know, like well, you
Yeah,
see,
you have your
Like,
type, yeah,
like
yeah.
I work within like a pretty small spectrum, but like there's been some times that it, like I've made some questionable decisions.
Right.
That, like at the end, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, are
What
you
the
doing?
hell was I thinking?
And it's super weird because there's nothing about it that feels wrong. Nothing
Yeah.
about it feels bad.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing anything wrong, and then you
As
blow the
soon
load.
as it's out.
Yeah, it's
as
literally like
soon as
once
it's
it's
out,
cleared the
yeah.
fucking tip, you're like second guessing everything
guns
you've
are
done.
clean.
You feel like an asshole. You're
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of there. There used to be the joke about coyote arm, which is like when a girl falls asleep on your arm and your arm falls asleep, like you just chew it off to get out. You know, like it's that same type of shit. But that's what it's like. I mean, that's
Yeah.
legitimately what it's like, and
it's like a wave.
and
You're
it's
just like, oh,
and it happens.
fuck.
Yeah, like it hits you, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
What
shit.
have I
like,
done?
Like nothing about me wants to be with this girl.
Yep.
But there, there's the other times that you do in fact want to be with that girl, and I
Right.
think that like matters.
Yeah.
I really think that's like.
Well,
I, mean,
I
it sounds
think
stupid, but
that's
so
the
important.
girl that gets past just the like hormonal feelings. That's the girl that like gets to your brain and
Yeah,
gets
that's
to
the
your
girl that
heart
like you
and
want to go
like
grab food with after. And shit,
exactly.
you know?
That's the girl you want to wake up and go get breakfast with the next
Right.
morning. But those girls are the ones that like penetrate deeper. But like it's kind of like how men are designed, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
because after I come, I don't want to I don't want anything near my dick. I don't
yeah,
want you to look
you
at my
don't
dick.
touch it.
I
Don't
want
look
you
at
to, like,
it.
think
I don't
about
want
it
you
again.
next to it. But like you guys are just like biologically bred to just like pump it out and then just like
That's real.
you know what I mean? Like you see in the animal
Throwing
kingdom
loads.
all the time where it's just like this one, this one, this one, this
Yeah,
one.
I like. I was gonna say I like when animals fuck. That was gonna sound super weird. No, but I think it's funny that like.
Oh, I made the speaker.
I think it's funny that like when animals fuck, like the look of disgust that they both have is
They
hilarious.
hate it. They both just
They both
hate
fucking
it.
do it, and then they walk away from each other, and that's it. And like they just
The
look
female
mad.
lioness is like yelling at
Yeah,
him the
and
whole
he's like, "Whatever,
time.
bitch, I'm out of here."
He's like, I'm here because my instincts tell me I'm supposed to be here, but then fuck you
Just
afterwards.
straight throwing dick at you.
What's funny is, me and my boyfriend were actually talking about this. There has been a huge switch in like fuckboy culture, and now there's so many fuck girls that are just like, I just want some dick,
No,
and
I
you can
thi-
just
I think-
go
I
home
think what's happened is that
afterwards.
it's like girls
They're,
are
like,
allowed to
rude.
be honest about it now.
Yes. Okay.
Whereas I think it's always existed, but it was like you were a slut if that was you.
That
couldn't
kind of
just
goes back
be-
in to the slut shaming thing, where it's like we have like taken back the slut shame, and now a lot of girls are like, I just need like some dick and some ice cream, and then I'm like going to bed,
And I don't
self
think there's
care.
anything, like I'm not a great example maybe of like healthy sexual tendencies or whatever, like I'm probably not like a great example, but like I respect the fuck out of the person who's like that.
Right.
And I've always tried to be like that in that situation.
Well,
Like, I
just
don't try
being
to bullshit
forward
a girl.
and like saying what you want to say and saying what you like.
Yeah, like that should be
That should be the norm.
thing.
It should be the norm. Yeah.
But it's not.
And now all of these guys are like, what the hell is going on? She just wants to like play with my dick, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's what you guys have been doing to us for forever.
But there's not guys complaining about that.
I mean, maybe.
Is there? Okay.
There's some guys that are like, I
Well-
think it's disgusting when a girl like posts or like talks about how she like wants to
Yeah,
have
those
dick
are
or
the-
like
but
or
those
is
are the guys that
sexually
are
like
not
open.
fucking. This goes back.
Right,
To
that's right,
This
that's
is
right.
the dude that's not having anybody touch his dick.
Yeah.
First of all, if you care about somebody else's sex life that isn't fucking you, you're absurd.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And if it's a dude, like I don't want to like put stereotypes on people, but I will right now. If you're a dude and you're pretending to be offended by a girl
Who wants to have
who
sex?
wants to have sex, is because she's not having sex with you,
Yes.
and you want to be
Yes.
flipping the script a little bit there.
Yes,
'Cause
exactly.
why else would you get mad? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
Like, who
about other
cares?
people having
Everybody
sex ever.
likes sex. That's the thing.
Not everybody. What about those asexual people? Is it asexual? Is asexual the people that don't fuck?
Asexual.
Yeah, that's what I said.
AA.
No, well, I was gonna change it, and then I was like, no, I think it's asexual.
Asexual.
That's the people who fuck at
Go to-
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Fuck
they go to
Alcoholics
group
Anonymous.
meetings. No, they just get drunk on dick.
Oh my god.
Could be like the post-nut syndrome thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get out of that in the funnest way possible.
You've told me about this before.
There's literally.
I also
fuck.
want everyone to comment how they got out of post-nut syndrome.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You can use this one. It's a go-to.
Like, you can comment or you can message us because I want to talk about it on the next one.
Okay.
And we can be anonymous if you want. But,
I'm gonna tell you right
these
now.
are so funny.
I will
I
give you
love
I will
these.
give you the best piece of advice, the one that's worked for me numerous times.
Forever.
I mean, I've used it for a long time. So say it's a girl, like she can't know you very well is the one thing.
Like a one night stand type deal.
Yeah, or like just somebody who
Or like a
doesn't like,
Facebook thing.
or somebody who just doesn't know your financial situation. Is maybe like
They
the
can't
best
know
way.
you have money.
Yeah, they can't know you have money or think you have money or whatever. Or I don't know. I've told guys before to lie about how much money they have because girls like it, but that's maybe bad advice now. Anyway, so like when it was a girl that like I didn't like want to hang around with anymore.
The one that didn't strike you in the heart.
Yeah, the one that like
When you
gave
didn't
me
want to
the
get
syndrome.
breakfast.
You know what I'm
Gave
saying?
me the syndrome.
Yeah, like that what is it? PNS. She gave me that
The
PNS. Like I was trying to leave. I look her, I look her dead in the eye. This is so fucked up. I can't believe I'm telling this stupid right
I
now.
can't breathe.
I look her dead in the face when I like am like chilling there still, like maybe about to leave, and ask if I could borrow $10 because there's almost no chance that girl's gonna want to try to hang out with you. You just be like, "Hey, can I borrow $10?" And there's like a pretty good chance that you gotta expect though, like this girl's not gonna call you again. So this is like if you're trying to like,
Because if that happened
if
to
you're trying
me,
to coyote arm the fuck out of yourself right now, like this is the go-to. And I'm telling you, it
ask
works.
the girl for $10.
It's worked. I guarantee you right now, it's worked.
I'm like,
Every
yo,
time.
you don't need an Uber. I'll just drive you home.
Like it's worked. It's
Oh
worked.
my god.
It's worked uncomfortably well. I actually tried it like not terribly long ago because I just was like, I haven't done this in a long time and I want to see what happened.
I want to
And
see if this still works.
and it works.
No.
Never heard from the girl again. Never once. And I mean, like I said,
So just
you
like
don't
make
use
sure
it
the
every
girl
time.
knows that you're broke.
Yeah. Unless
She
you're
won't
trying to
ever
get her
call
in
you.
bed. The Tom Likas
Try to get her in
show-
bed again, you
Tom,
mean?
no. Tom Likas show. Like, so he was super rich. He was like a radio host back in the day. He was like the second behind Howard Stern.
Uh-huh.
And he had, I don't remember what the name of the segment was, but he would like his whole show was like how to get laid, but like not spending money. Like he had like a $40 rule on dates and shit.
No
you know,
way.
like not take them, never like don't be around them on their birthday, don't be around them on holidays,
Right.
Valentine's Day, all that shit. You're busy.
You had
You're
a
still always
rule.
busy. Yeah.
About Valentine's Day.
Anyway, I still do kind of. So.
Took that to heart.
And then, god damn it, I'm too high to like process multiple things in my head at once.
Oh my God.
But he used to give away his ATM receipts back when like ATM receipts were a thing, because his show's pretty old now. But like, he would give away his ATM receipts because you know he was rich as fuck. He's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
So I'm sure his ATM was pretty properly set up. And he would encourage guys to. This is how long ago it is. Like this will date it, but write their phone number on the back of the ATM receipts. Be like, oh, this is all I have. I'll just write it on here. And then the girl would see it and be like, oh, you have
zero money.
No,
oh,
you have
hella money. Oh,
Right.
okay.
So you might not.
This
be able
was to get the
Yeah,
girl.
this was to get.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was kind of a not a shitty person, because I think a lot of people when they're just trying to fuck lie, but I think
Yeah.
girls lie anyway. But
Yeah.
he would always tell people just like lie about what you do. Say you're a doctor.
Yeah.
Say you're a plastic surgeon and that you
Yeah.
love to get them in, and if they wanted to get work done, like you'd be happy to hook them up or whatever.
I'll be happy to examine you to see what you
No.
need
This
done.
is just to get them laid, because then you just never talk to them again. And you don't have to worry
Right.
about them finding out that you're a truck driver or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, I don't necessarily encourage like lying to girls to get laid, but some of y'all need to, because your real personalities are shit.
Cause,
I'm just playing.
cause you're the ones commenting on girls
Yeah, you're the ones.
upset
You're the ones
that
mad that
they,
they show
yeah, because
titties.
they're showing titties and having sex.
Yeah, so
like
you
you should
should
probably
lie.
lie to get laid.
You should lie to everybody and stop posting. Mostly stop posting.
Please.
You know what's funny is I realized that I don't know how long we've been recording.
That's okay. You said you were gonna edit anyways.
Oh no, it says 50 minutes.
Oh, dope.
It does say. No, yeah, I'm gonna edit it.
What else? What else do we have?
I don't know. Somebody told me to talk about stuff that I'm an expert on, and I had to like lay into them and make it weird that I'm not an expert on anything.
I mean, we know that.
I'm not an expert on anything?
Yeah.
Thanks, asshole. Jesus.
I mean, like, you know things, but...
No, that's what I told, and that's what I told them. I was like, look, I have, like, experiences in my life, and I can talk about those, and, like, I have information about those, and I have my thoughts and feelings about that shit. But, like, I don't think I'm an expert on anything. I've sat across from a billion people way smarter than I am. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and you can admit that, too.
Yeah, well, I think everybody should be able to admit that if you know you're fucking lying to yourself.
No, if you're lying about sex, you're probably lying about other things in real life.
Yeah. Or if you're mad
You're
about
not a
titties.
doctor. You're not an expert. You're not an expert on champagne on titties.
There's apparently only like one-ish.
There's one. His name's Kirill.
So weird. I legitimately I would never pay to interview him, but like I would love to sit and like just ask that dude questions.
Well, we're trying to bring him back for New Year's, so.
All right, yeah, I'm sure he'll jump right on the podcast.
On the podcast. Yo, I'm gonna send him this, and we'll see. We'll see.
He shows up with like a case of champagne. You're like, whoa.
I'm like, not that kind of
my
podcast.
dog out of
Not that
this.
kind of podcast.
Molly was kidding.
Molly.
She's dead ass asleep right here.
Asleep. I want to talk about $10.
What $10? Oh, the $10 show thing?
Yeah. Because I wasn't there because I was camping, and I wish I would have seen this like unravel.
This was a thing. I don't get mad, but this was actually a thing.
I saw you comment, and you were actually mad.
I was not mad. I was disappointed. I guess is like that's real though, because Scrape Fest this year.
Just the season closer.
Just the season closer. Just this one that just happened.
Just the last one that
a couple
happened
weekends ago. Aside from being done on the weekend of a holiday, which is a no-no.
Yeah, because I wasn't even there.
This was the first year that it was.
We mentioned Joe's name on the podcast again.
This time it wasn't even negative. Normally he's like super. He's like, you always talk about me. I was like, yeah, because we make fun of you, dumbass.
Love you, Joe.
No, but this is. There was Joe's not the only person that puts on Scrape Fest, but he's kind of like the face. He's who everybody like bitches about when Scrape Fest has any issue. It's always something to do with Joe.
Because they know.
Right.
Oh, it's Joe's fault.
Right. And this was the first year that they charged an entry fee.
Which they should have done a while ago.
It's, like all shows eventually charge an entry fee. Now, look, if it's your first year of a show, like
Maybe
another
not.
show that happened last year that was ridiculous, and you charged, I think, twice this amount and half the cars. And
I remember.
A partially empty venue.
I remember.
All of that shit is a fail.
Yep.
Right? Like, nobody's condoning that.
But when you've built a brand and you've built clientele and, like, people that want to come see, eventually, like, if nothing, you need to charge for just crowd control.
Well, the thing is, I think that a lot of times people don't understand how expensive a show is to put on.
Yes.
Right? Like, you think that, oh, well, the venue's X amount of dollars, sure. But it's like, well, there's way more to it. There's the venue, there's insurance, there's security, there's, like, things like porta potties that, depending on the shows. And I mean, there's all sorts of things that nobody
One of my DJ friends played, and, like, that's not free.
Yeah.
Like, they had to pay the DJ.
Right.
They had to pay so many secret, like, not secret, but, like,
shit
unknown
that, like,
costs.
Nobody would ever know about unless you were putting the show on.
Yeah, exactly.
And
everyone complained, like, oh, well, your VIP cars pay.
yeah.
But,
But
they
if
paid
you're
either
still
way.
losing money.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like if the show's losing money.
Yeah.
And you want the show to continue, you pay a little bit of money, and that was the thing that pissed me off. Like first of all, it's $10 fucking. Like if you don't have $10, you shouldn't give a fuck about modified cars. At all.
That's what you said. You're like,
should.
if you are a car enthusiast, $10 should be nothing to you.
It
should be nothing.
If you don't have $10, looking at modifying your cars yourself shouldn't even be a fucking option because you don't have $10.
No.
And on top of that, like it was more, like Joe and I haven't always gotten along, but like I've always been supportive of the shit that he does, right? No matter what. And then we don't like not get along either, but there's been times where I like had to talk shit to him or whatever. And the thing about it is like, if he's not putting on that show, that means that show's not happening.
Right.
It's one more like strike against the scene. There's one more thing not happening.
Yep.
And there's some other shows, but we all know that they're not as good.
I was like, Scrape Fest like is the show.
Yeah, like ISS is the other big show. Everybody likes that one. They had a successful year this year.
But as far as that, like that's
else,
all Utah has.
Yeah, there's no other good shows. No. And I'm not like throwing shade. I know there's a couple other like startup shows that are happening.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that those will
You'll
go
get
into something
there,
as long
yeah.
as you stop
But like
charging
this
people.
one has been growing,
Yeah, this
and it
one's been around
has been
forever.
building, and it's been a thing that we've
Yeah.
known about. What made me mad was like people that were lifelong friends.
Yeah, that was one of the things that like
We're
I got to in
upset.
the post was like, hey, you know, like this is your fucking friend who puts
Yeah.
this show on.
I
And if
will
you're not
gladly
gonna,
pay double that to
Yeah, like-
support my friend.
like, look, I'm theoretically I'm a small business owner, right? So like,
Mm.
I have some friends who come and ask me for discounts, but my like good friends, they don't ask me for discounts ever. You know what I mean? And
They're like, here's the
I
thing.
have what I call them industry friends. It's a friend who like they're my friend when they want a discount.
Hey, we have
and-
industry friends too.
Yeah, it's just like,
Hey,
yeah, I'm
get me
sure-
on the guest
yeah,
list.
get me on the list. I'm sure. I've done
I'm
that
like-
to you before.
Yeah, but then you didn't even come.
Who was that for?
Slushy.
Oh yeah, that little fucking nerd.
I love
I love
him.
that too. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna be around those people.
No. You wouldn't be comfortable.
You know what's
there.
so
It was
funny
terrible.
is even seeing titties like on like Instagram or Snap or whatever the fuck you were like posting random
Yeah.
shit. I was like, I don't want to be there. Like
Yeah.
there's titties right there, and I have no interest.
It
in
was
being
so
there.
claustrophobic. Like
Yeah.
it honestly, it kind of like sucks.
Well,
Just like being
no, but you
the
like
madness.
but you like that scene though.
Yeah, the scene's great. The music is great.
No, but it was like friends complaining about it.
It was.
You know what I mean? And
When
like,
I saw
that
actual
bothered
people
me.
that had like won an award, and people that were there every single year, and people that like were Joe's really good friends, I was like, you guys, you are the ones that should be promoting him
Yeah.
charging,
You should be
not
like,
complaining.
$10. Okay, $10 is whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's
You
nothing.
should be like,
That's a
hey guys,
fucking
Scrape
fast food
Fest
meal.
is $10 this year. Like, come support, come do your thing. Because here's the
And-
thing: when you start paying for shows like this, they become better.
Well, and the thing that, yeah, like, and I guess what it was for me is like, let's say you didn't want to spend the $10,
Yeah.
then don't fucking say anything. Shut your fucking mouth about it.
Right? Yeah.
Don't go to
Then
the
don't
show.
come.
But it's like to go on, especially like after you go to the show,
Right.
and then go back and talk shit about it. And
Yes.
I'd heard, and I, like, I don't know if this is true. I heard it from a couple different people
Mm-hmm.
that Joe had actually refunded one of the people that
No.
like made one of these posts.
Okay, here's your fucking $10 back,
Yeah.
you little bitch. Like,
Yeah,
that's so
like,
stupid.
Some of that shit like really bothers me just
That
because it's like
I didn't know about that.
yeah, and I like I said, I don't know that it's true, but I heard from a couple different people that that was the case, and I was just like, and there were people that weren't. I mean, there's no reason for them to bullshit me about it.
Right.
So when I heard that, I was like, look, bro, like, first of all, I wouldn't have done that.
First of all, you shouldn't have done that.
I would have told him to fuck off. I would have given him like a free sticker
Yeah.
or some shit
Yeah.
just to be snarky because that's what I do.
Here's a $10
I'm
sticker.
like, I'm like a funny.
Put it on your window.
But I don't know, like shit like that bothers me only. I mean, I know that if I wasn't a business owner, it would probably bother me less. But then like seeing it from friends was just like, dude, fuck off. You know what I mean? And
Well,
I wrote like a pretty
I saw
like fucked
that.
up. I wasn't fucked
yeah.
up. Like I'm sure it was like well written or whatever.
Did you
but,
see
like,
that guy that was like, "Oh, copy pasta"? I was like, "No, those are Sean's words for sure."
Was he implying that I was copy and pasting? Oh, I don't even know who that
From
was.
somewhere. Yeah, I don't know who
That
it
kid's
was
some
either, but
fucking
like
Randy.
this guy assumed that you were copying and pasting, but I was like, no, like I know the way that Sean writes. Like this is his words,
This is me.
and everyone that knows you knew. And
Well, and that's the thing. Like the reactions on it, like
Yeah.
spoke pretty clearly. Like I think it had like 20 something reactions.
like, here's the thing: if you go to a car show in any other part of the country,
If you go to any big car show,
they charge.
right?
They all charge.
And a
And
lot
here's
of
the
them
thing:
charge more.
they had a legitimate DJ.
Yeah.
They had a legitimate food genders.
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 Damn, I'm crossing some lines now. Food genders.
Food vendors. Jesus, that cup of wine's empty.
Let's have a bottle of
But
Pepsi.
they, and I'm like, I've seen this grow and I've seen it become something huge.
Yeah.
And then what I mentioned before, just like crowd control.
Well, and that was like I mean,
There,
I
if
kind of
there's
saw
so
a
many
positive.
people that
No,
come.
I saw a positive in it because look, if you don't want to spend $10 there, I probably don't want you at the show.
Exactly. Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
I'm pretty alright with it.
So just go like wander around some cars in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
fine.
know, like,
go do that.
It bothered me too because like, you know, I saw a couple. You know, I kind of only posted on one person complaining about it, but I of course, you know, like I
Yeah.
saw posts. I saw screenshots that other people were like, you should go comment on this. You know, similar type of things. and-
Everyone like uses you as like combat. They're
I
like,
know.
go get
Yeah,
him.
go get him.
Go get him.
I think what bothered me is like seeing a couple of those people are people that will travel out of state and then go pay for a car show. Like they'll not only will they pay for that car show, but
Right.
they'll drive to that car show and spend, even if you go to Vegas
Like
for the
X
weekend, you're
amount of
spending
money.
like a few $100s
Yeah.
at bare minimum
Yeah.
to go, or
Yep.
Colorado or whatever. And it's like, well, you had no problem traveling there to go fucking do that. And sure, it's a little bit different, right? Because it's different cars and shit. But like, I think one of the comments on there was like, I'm not gonna pay to see my friends' cars. And it's like, well,
Then
I saw a
don't.
bunch of cars there that weren't my friends' cars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I saw cars there that I'd
exactly.
never seen before. And I'm
Yeah.
not, to be fair, I'm not super active in the car scene at this point. Like, I do a lot of shit.
But
for
like,
people,
you
I'm not-
don't know everyone, and you don't know who's going to apply
No.
for like a VIP spot, and you don't know like what's going to be shown.
No.
You can make new friends and you can see new cars, and like, doesn't even matter about like the experience. If your friends are in the show, you should be
Well, it's
supporting
like,
them.
can you imagine bitching about spending $10 to hang out with your friends? Like, if you're gonna hang out with your
Yeah.
friends in an environment that's probably more fun than the last time you hung out in their driveway or whatever,
Yeah.
like $10 is nothing.
Well,
You
here's the
probably
thing.
spent $10 more like,
When
getting food
when
or
we would
whatever.
all have our own like little car shows, we would all spend our own money on food. That's
Who
$10.
had car shows?
Not shows, but like hangouts, like
Oh, like
TTT
events.
or
Like
whatever.
TTT.
Yeah, like TTT. But like we would all go and we would all spend $10 or more on food to
Yeah.
park next to each other in
Especially
a
when I was
parking
buying your food.
lot.
What the fuck? I'm just playing.
I spent $10, but Sean did.
Probably, yeah, a couple times.
Couple times.
Yogurt.
Yogurt,
Some
yeah.
yogurt,
yeah.
too, some
Dinner and
sprinkles.
yogurt is expensive. But like people don't realize that like they literally spend that amount of money to go to dinner with their car friends. So it's
Yeah,
like
I don't know. That whole thing just like, I don't know. I don't get mad about shit, but that like really bummed me out.
yeah,
Like,
me
I
too.
was like,
Me
oh,
too.
all right.
It's that like selective outrage.
Yeah, but it's not like that's the thing. Like, yeah, it doesn't fall. under
We're mad
outrage
about that.
culture.
Sean is not mad about.
No, it's not that. Like, that's not outrage culture though. Like, outrage
Yeah.
culture is like where you feel obligated to be outraged about things and like
Yeah.
make your presence known to other people. Like, make your stance known to other people. And
So mad at you
Those-
that you didn't spend $10.
those people are dumb.
And I'm mad at you that you want to eat 3 times as much meat as a vegan.
No, but I think like I wouldn't fall into outrage culture though either because like I don't get mad about shit. So like,
You don't get mad, you just fuck with people who are mad, which make them madder.
which is so
you-
weird because
you're
it
sitting
makes
here,
me
you're
so
sitting here
happy.
blowing on the fire, but you're not like
But I'm just like keeping my hands warm with it and think it's funny.
exactly.
Yeah. That was weird. You know what's funny is I was driving back from like Layton or whatever last night and there was a huge fire up on the hill.
I saw that.
And I didn't know like I knew there was a fire above Layton. This wasn't even above Layton. This was above like Lagoon, I thought. And it
Another
was
one?
fucking I don't know, but it was
Well, there
fucking
was a
huge.
huge thunderstorm last night with lightning.
Oh yeah.
So
maybe
it
that's
might
what
have, like,
was. And it was like
started
I
again.
mean it was like it was night when I drove up and back and I could just see like the big glowing side of the mountain and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh fucking that's weird.
Oh.
Well, it was weird. Like I've never seen. I mean, we had the fires in Harriman like that, but like you could see shit happening when that was
Yeah.
on fire. Like you could see like helicopters dumping water on it and fire trucks surrounding all the mansions and shit
Oh
in
my
Harriman.
god, that's so scary.
And-
But
like,
that's
this
the
was
time
just on
of
the
year.
side
This is like what Utah does.
yeah,
That
which
this
is
time of
hilarious 'cause
year.
there's like nothing to burn here, but whatever.
There's a lot to burn here.
I showed you a picture of a real forest earlier.
Okay, yeah, but that's a wet forest. We have like dry brush. That's a lot of shit to catch on
I
fire.
learned to turn some shit on every once in a while.
Sprinklers, guys. Let's get some sprinklers.
Just moisten everything, dampen it. Oh my god. The only other thing on there was the Lagoon Zoo or ceiling TVs, but I don't want to talk about that.
Let's talk about that next time.
What, ceiling TVs or Lagoon Zoo?
Yeah,
Both.
both.
We don't have to talk about ceiling TVs.
Why?
What's to talk about?
Yeah, true.
This is a good idea if you just want to lay there and watch TV.
Protect animals.
Yeah.
Boycott Lagoon, even though I'm going on Sunday.
You want me to get you some tickets to SeaWorld too?
I
you
have
dick?
a season pass and I love it, but
What the fuck? That doesn't make it better.
I know, and it's way sad. It's so sad.
Did you see the video of that lion?
Yeah, he was like roaring, laying down.
Yeah. Well, he was like
Like,
no. Yeah, he wasn't like roaring so
Yeah,
much as he was
he-
like moaning
he was,
because
like-
something was wrong.
because something was very wrong. Well, and then did you see Lagoon's response?
No.
Lagoon's response, they posted like 5 videos of lions roaring, laying down, and it's not the same at all.
They were implying that he was just like bored and
Yes.
roaring.
Yes.
You could tell he was like his
He's
breathing
like
was
he's like
labored, he was
upset.
fucked up.
Yeah, he's so upset.
Fuck
And
Lagoon.
Lagoon Zoo was like, oh, we passed all these tests. We passed every like
I'm
inspection.
sure-
And but like
I'm sure that they do.
the
That doesn't- I don't doubt
inspection,
that at
the
all.
inspection doesn't count for like the mental like health and welfare of the animal.
Yeah.
It only is like, did you test its shit for parasites and did you feed it? That's it.
But here's the thing, like, I feel super weird. Like, I don't think we should have zoos,
No.
but I know that there are a bunch of animals that if we didn't have zoos
Would just
wouldn't
die.
be around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like kind of a mixed bag. Like, I don't need to go and see. Like, I mean, to be fair, I went to the zoo at a friend or whatever that wanted to go to the zoo, and she was like, "Let's go to the zoo." And I was like, "I heard Hogo Zoo's hella sad, but okay."
It's way sad.
And I'd only been to like, I guess looking at it now, I didn't really realize we're like really big zoos that are like well known and like
Yeah.
established. And,
Like
the
San
shit.
Diego Zoo
I went to the San Diego
does
Zoo.
a lot of conservation and a lot of like
I went to
recovery for animals in captivity and stuff like that. But that's huge.
Yeah, and I went to 2 in Seattle that are like world renowned.
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah.
What they do for their animals
And,
shit.
like-
and like I just didn't. I guess I expected something closer to that.
Right.
And then I went to the Hogle Zoo and I was like, oh well, the rhino's cool.
You're like,
I guess I
this
don't know.
sucks. Yeah. So I went to one in Japan also, and the animals were
And everything was origami.
no.
Oh. Just a crane everywhere, just cranes. It's the only
But, like,
origami I know.
The animals were active and they were swimming.
Yeah, no, they always seem hella sad at the Hogle Zoo.
At the
Every
Hogle
single
Zoo,
animal
yeah.
seemed bummed out.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you're in a cage.
But then at the other zoo, at the Japanese zoo, they were like, the one in Tokyo, the polar bears were swimming
Yeah.
and jumping and like playing, and the elephants were like doing their thing like way back there.
Yeah.
And everything was super stoked for what it seemed. But then I went to the zoo, I think the last time was like,
When they had alcohol. Sounds like it's the time that you would go, huh? Yeah, it fucking was.
I've never drank at the zoo.
You never done the thing where they like, don't they have like a beer thing?
Zoo brew?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done that. I just went like by myself.
Kind of shy. You just drank, you just hid stuff in a sports bottle.
Probably.
Why do you keep doing that?
I'm sorry. I'm
We gotta turn your compression down.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to turn that way down. But yeah, like I put it in my like Camelback or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like,
Alcoholism is crazy.
wow, fuck you.
You can't even go look at a fucking monkey without getting hella drunk.
Actually,
saying.
I don't think I've ever drank at this. I do
I'm proud of
Lagoon,
you.
but
I would if I went to Lagoon, I'd have to drink it. I don't even drink.
yeah, I
I'd
fill
have
my
to be
Camelback
fucked
up
up.
with wine.
I've
and I go.
I've only been to Lagoon one time and it was closed, and I was putting a sign up.
I love Lagoon.
Dead ass serious. I was like middle of winter, I think, putting a sign up.
Oh my god,
It was like years. It was when I first moved here.
I have to pee.
I'm not shocked. You have to pee every hour. Anyway, well, we'll be done.
Okay.
And then I think I've talked to 3 people about it being a guest.
Who?
I'm not telling you because I don't know who it's going to be yet, and it would only make sense to talk about who it's going to be, not who it might be.
Yeah, true.
So-
So once we have someone locked in, we'll let you know.
Yeah, but we're gonna try to have a guest like basically every week.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a couple like I said artists, musical artists that are not from here that I'm gonna try to have on when they're in town. And then I've had 3 already.
Might
agreed
be
to it.
sober, might not be.
Yeah, not my problem either way.
Yeah.
I'll be not.
Because it's
sober.
better when you're high.
Seems like it. Seems like it.
Hey, you still have to drive me home.
I can drive fine. Just don't ask me anything when we're driving.
Okay. I'll be
Anyway.
real quiet.
All right, we'll be done now.
Hey, we're back. Hope you missed us.
Yeah, I hope you missed somebody for sure. Just ask her for $10.
Oh my god.